I've got this much left of my first cake, and lots of people, the first question they ask me is how to change from this one to another one. I've got another one caked here, ready to rock and roll. But I think probably the question you need to ask before that is, how do you, like when you're going to play yarn chicken, how do you know if you'll have enough yarn to get right around? So I did some maths and I'm going to do some testing. I'll test it and come back to you and tell you if it worked or not. But my maths was that on 8-ply with 4mm needles, stocking stitch, so discount this for crochet, this is just plain knitting like we're doing here, you should get about, if you take your stitches divided by 100, so I've got my size here, I'm working 315 stitches, so divide that by 100, gets me 3.15, I'm going to round that up to 3.2, it means that I should need 3.2 grams to get right around. Now I've weighed this, there's my round marker, I've weighed this and this is about 6 grams, so my maths is telling me that I should have about 2 rounds in this, maybe not quite. So I'll knit them up and we'll see how we go, and then you should be a little bit more confident in your game of yarn chicken, and then I'll show you how to change to a new ball, and it is way simpler than you think. Okay, I've just knitted one more round and Cooper's just been and weighed this and it's saying 4, but my baking scales only go to the gram, so it might be a little bit inaccurate. So I'm just at my round marker, and if I was going to change my yarn I'd do it about here, but I'm going to see if that little tiny ball, 4 grams, gets me one more round to test my maths again. Okay, I just knitted one more round, and now Coops has just weighed this for me, and it's 1 gram. So I'm going to take a calculated guess that that is not going to last me all the way around. If you did go all the way around and you didn't have enough, some little backtracking techniques. I like to pull this quite tight and then just pick up that stitch below, and so, but if I was to have to do a whole round of this I'd be kind of destroyed, and it's very slow. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm just going to knit until a little bit closer. Just till I have about 4 or 5 left to go, and this round marker is going to be where we split our stitches off, and the sleeve stitches off, sorry, and our first sleeve will be our right one. So just before the round marker is kind of just by your armpit on your back, so it's a real good spot to do it without it being too visible. So just cut a yarn tail, I don't know, 10 or 15 centimeters, like that, and then get your new cake or ball and pull out center, and then get the same sort of tail and just start knitting with the new one. So I'll show you later on how I tie my knots, but for now I don't tie knots at all. What I find it does is makes those stitches too tight or too loose, so it can be a wee bit niggly just keeping those tight enough on the back for the first couple of stitches, and then when you work all the way back round, those there can be a bit loose, but you can just sort of give these a wee snug up. And that's what you do to change onto a new cake or ball. And there's my new round. So I'm going to have a count up. I'm just about, maybe about 2 or 3 rounds away from my next set of increases. but that's first skein done. 100 grams of yarn, about 220 meters, and I'm just going to leave those there like that. Cool.